Hey, when is a time as an adult that you have felt most at home? When is a time as an adult that you have felt most at home? Think about that. I was thinking about that for myself. I remember one of the experiences I had was in Ethiopia, and it was jet lag, and the place I was staying was not comfortable at all. Didn't really have electricity. There was no hot water. The bed was kind of hard and not comfortable. I woke up in the middle of the night. But I remember I lit a candle. There was a desk. I lit a candle so I had some light, and I started reading my Bible. And I remember sensing God was such profound connection. I felt at home. Home, even though it was everything uncomfortable. And I just bring this to your attention because I think that there's a possibility that you could experience home with God, even when all of the human stuff doesn't always seem very comfortable or safe or stable. Home with God. And I think it's really important for you to think about this in terms of Luke chapter 15, where we read about the prodigal son. Jesus gives a parable about two sons. And in my opinion, both of these two boys are prodigal. The one, the younger one, asks his dad in the parable, "Dad, give me my inheritance." Talk about rude. That's in essence like saying, "Dad, I wish you're dead because I don't want you, I want your money. So die and then I can get your money because you're just an obstruction. You're in the way." So rude. I mean, beyond words, rude. But the father gives his younger son the money. The son goes out, squanders the wealth, and then runs out of money. And he lives in a foreign country, and there's a famine in the foreign country. Hires himself to a local citizen, and goes out and feeds pigs. He's so hungry, he wishes he could eat the pig slop. He comes to his senses, cha-ching, bing. Oh, in my father's house, all those servants have more than enough food. Why don't I go back and say I'll be a servant, skip the son part, and at least I'll have food? So that's what the younger son does. He heads back, and his dad sees him from a distance, runs out, falls on his neck, hugs and kisses him. And the son says, "I've sinned against heaven, against earth, sinned against you. Please, I'm not worthy to be your son." The father interrupts him and says, "Put a ring on his finger, sandals on his feet, a robe around him, kill the fattened calf. Let's party because my son who is dead is now alive." Whew, talk about welcome home. Welcome home when you didn't deserve it and you smell like a stinky pig. Hello? Big deal. But the prodigal son is not only the younger son who runs away, squanders wealth, the prodigal son is also the older son. Because in this parable, the older son is in the field, he's working, and he hears a party at home, dancing and celebrating. He asks the servant, "What's happening?" The servant says, "Oh, your little brother came home, and your dad has killed a fattened calf." So the older son, in his own way, chooses to be a prodigal. He's angry. He refuses to come home. And again, the father goes out to him. So the father, in Jewish tradition, this father is called the chasing father, because the father goes out to the one who squandered the wealth and the one who is completely self-righteous. Because when the father goes out to the oldest son says to him, "I've served you all my life and I've never broken one of your commandments, but you never gave me a young goat to celebrate with my friends. But this reprobate son of yours squandered all your wealth, and he comes home and you kill the fattened calf." And the older son, in all of his righteous indignation, "I deserve and you never, and I got shafted and you're all blah, 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 blah." And all the father's saying is, "Come home, son. Come home. I want you to, you're always with me." And that's what the father says to him. "Son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But it's appropriate that we should celebrate for your little brother. He was dead, now he's alive. He was lost, and now he's found. Stop acting like you're a servant. Stop living in your righteous indignation. Stop living outside of the house, outside of home, disconnected, detached from your relationship with your father. Because the true reality is, home is where we are connected with our Heavenly Father. That is home. Stop! Hold on just a second. Wait. Here's a joke break. Wait, I know, you're like, ugh. So, here's your joke. Did you hear the joke about the 3 holes? Well. All right, let's get back to something a little bit more encouraging and uplifting. And so I bring this to your attention because regardless of how religious and righteous you are, how much of a reprobate, how much of a sinner you are, our Heavenly Father is saying, come home. I want to welcome you into my house. I want to welcome you. I want to connect relationally with you because you're my son. You're my daughter. I love you deeply. Regardless of how poorly you smell all your bad decisions, regardless of how great you are and how sophisticated and well put together, you did everything right, did everything wrong, did everything right. Our Heavenly Father wants us to come home and be in fellowship, connection, family with our Father. That's home. Home is where our heart is connected with our Heavenly Father. So as we think about this next week, we're going to wrap this up and talk about our Father as our dwelling